Then I went through a situation with JD Sports.
That's dope. Were you like
so-
a partnership type of situation?
Nah, it wasn't even a partnership. They tried to take me to court.
Whoa,
Yeah,
what
they tried to
happened
take me to
there?
court. So what it was, shout out JD, like it's all love now. But basically,
Oh shit, is that their slogan?
yeah. So
Oh shit, I just realized.
yeah. So what it is, so what it is, my friend said, he said Nike won't just do it, and
Yeah.
help us with nothing.
Yeah.
Why doesn't JD Sports speak to the real King Trainers and added us? Whoever was running social media at the time was like mad. Like they were like,
well, your friend said that to JD Sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whoever's running social media, who I think I know it was, but they started to attack. They're like, "Who you? You're an imposter," and atting us.
Oh.
And this is the early days of Twitter. So in the early days of Twitter, you're thinking like, "Damn, like it's not that serious, bro." Like,
relax.
You get me? So I'm like, "Oh, like why don't we talk about it?" Boom. But back then, if someone had 10,000 followers, it was a big deal.
Because it was very new.
Yeah, you didn't know what was going on. I only had like a couple hundred, if that. And they're proper attacking me, and then obviously their followers are seeing that, so then they're attacking me. Oh,
Damn.
You're an imposter. I remember, and like that was like there's a Twitter war. You didn't know what was going on. Like you're like, I'm getting attacked, and people are like, oh man. So
yeah,
that happened. Then like about 2 weeks after that, they block us, and then we get like a cease and desist.
Walk on, man. Name walk on, Gellem. Today I have a very special guest in the studio with me. This right here, like Eddie pair. Some of you might have even bought pairs of trainers off this guy. Some of you guys might have gotten some great business advice of this man to the right side of me. My African brother, my Ghanaian brother, Franklin Boateng, aka the King of Trainers, is who I'm kicking it with today. How you doing, Franklin?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming through. Coming in. You get what I mean? Because like we were saying behind camera, it's just like I feel like in just being in the UK media space is it's difficult sometimes to kind of like build, because it's difficult to get people on board.
No, I heard that.
You get what I'm saying? Because people look past like sort of like the vision of what you could be, the potential and how much work you're putting in, and they just kind of like, what have you got right now? Like, are you on a million followers on Instagram?
I heard that.
If not, then I don't want to talk to you. Kind of thing.
Nah, that's all good, man. I always say we all start from zero.
100%. 100%. And I don't understand why people don't get that. So I just wanna highlight it and say I appreciate guys like you. You know what I'm saying? Where you come through.
It's okay.
So I guess I'll start from the beginning. Franklin, so you are... Do you mind me calling you Franklin?
No, cool, man. Franklin's cool, man. It's all good, man. I ain't got Hollywood. It's all good, man. Don't worry.
Hey, man, I saw Dame Dash in front of your store over there. I was like, hey.
Yeah, man.
That's
Shout out Dame Dash.
Shout out to Dame, man. I hope he's coming to UK to invest.
Oh, yeah.
In our media scene.
We're going to work on some stuff. So.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Excited to see that happen. So like, let's start from the beginning. What was your childhood like? Was you like always into trainers as a kid, or?
Yeah, no, I've always been into trainers. Like, since a very young age, like 4 or 5 years old.
Damn.
Like my mum loved tennis. I've said this many times, and she loved tennis. She loved Boris Becker in particular. So literally, when he won the Wimbledon Championship in '85, she'll buy me like all the tennis trainers and stuff.
Oh shit, for real?
So yeah, and so I mean, I've always loved trainers and just a nice pair of trainers. And literally, my nickname from when I was younger was King of Trainers.
So that's how you got it.
That's how it's got it. Like, it's
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to call myself something. It's just a nickname, and that's what it is. And then people, they tried to translate how they weren't translated, but it was a nickname. And then I went through a few things. and then yeah, I'm here. Man.
All right, cool. So from 4 years old, you've been like really into trainers. And shout out to Mumsy as well.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
And I've got pictures to prove it. I've got the pictures of when I was a kid to prove it.
Yeah, because I grew up in an African house,
Yeah.
as well as you, I'm guessing. My parents were not. They did not like the fact that I was collecting trainers at all. They're like, Sadiq, you're wasting your money on Adidas. What, this is Nike?
This is it.
Go and buy Slash Angels from Sports Direct. That's what my dad would always say.
Do you know what it was? My mom, like, obviously when I was a real young, like, she'll buy me like obviously the plimp soles and all these different things, but then she realized that they'll just mash up very quickly.
So she used to the quality.
She wanted to just buy quality, and then by her buying quality, she knows it's gonna last. Because I grew up in a household where it's one trainer a year and one shoe a year. That's it. That's
same.
For the whole year, you have to keep it. But the minute she's buying me stuff that's not up to par, it's mashing up quick.
Yeah, and then now she realized she has to buy a new one.
Yeah, so she's actually spending more money by buying me the cheap things, and that's what a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you buy quality, sometimes it saves you more money.
Oh, 1000%. I've been approaching, like, that's been my approach with, like, buying clothing materials just in general. Just because, like, you think, oh yeah, no, that jacket's £100, but nah, it's like, I look at it as that jacket is gonna last at least 10 years.
Yes.
So let me invest in it. It's like an investment.
Indeed.
And I don't understand that the whole idea of people not wanting to wear the same shit over and it. Like, fam, you got a washing machine.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck? You know, so I feel like that's why people do that. That's why fast fashion is so common, because they feel like, oh yeah, I don't want to be seen wearing the same thing. So if I wear this once, twice anyways, it doesn't matter. So then buy it for £20. But nah, I go the opposite way. So what was like, I was gonna say, like, earlier, like, so what was like growing up like for you?
Yeah, man. Nah, for me, you know, I grew up in North London, Tottenham.
Shout out Tottenham.
Yeah, so yeah, it was. I mean, it was cool. Like, you know, I guess in junior school it was cool. Like, I was always, you know, I was outside with my friends a lot, all that. But then when it got to secondary school, that's when it became serious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when it became serious. It kind of towards the end of junior school, it became serious. But secondary school, you had to really step up, especially with your like fashion and trainers and stuff like that. But I was always, from like junior school, I always had dope stuff. Like, so for me, it wasn't difficult to transition.
He was already shitting on them niggas already. Anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't want to say like that, but yeah, I was doing my thing. So it was, for me, it was that, and then you know, but yeah, you know, in North London, the people who come from Tottenham, if you say to someone, I went to the bad school, they say it's D&K.
Oh,
that's where I went to. Yeah, so they say, "Oh, the bad school." Yeah, D&K. Like, everyone, that's how it was. Now it's turned into like St. Greg's Academy or whatever it is. Yeah. But back in the day,
what was it called? D&K.
It was called St. David St. Catherine's. Wow. And then, you know, if you're from the area, you know, in your old school, you say, "Yeah, I went to the bad school." They went D&K.
Damn.
Yeah. That was the nickname.
Yeah, I think for us that might have been like. Well, our school wasn't so great either, but there was another school in, fuck, I can't remember where it is right now. Fuck, I can't remember.
That's okay.
But they were like bad breeds. In my school, I came from Forrestal Boys.
Okay.
And funny enough, interesting fact, Forrestal Boys actually produced quite a lot of great entertainers.
That's good.
Novelist went there. Novelist went there. There's a couple people. The guy that runs GOAT magazine, one of the guys. Okay. He went there as well.
Oh, fantastic.
So like
South London.
Yeah,
I respect
it's
that.
better for a lot of people, but there was also a lot of bad breed kids that got kicked out. Yeah. So what was secondary school like for you, and what was it like coping? Were you born here, by the way?
Yeah, I was born in the UK. Yeah.
Okay, what was it like coping for you, like growing, you know, around that time, trying to find yourself and shit?
Yeah, no, for me,
around that environment.
Yeah, no, it was all good. Like I was always entrepreneurial from a young age, so. You know, and even though I do say my school was a bad school, we did learn stuff. We actually learned, and we had some really good people like that came out of there.
Yeah, no, you know, but the environment can be,
you know, Wretch-Free too.
Yeah.
Like
Wretch-Free too.
Okay. You know, Dwayne Chambers. We had a few people come out of D&K, so it's, you know, it's just it's just one of those situations that how do I say, you know, it kind of, you know, you have to kind of hold your own. You know, especially at that time, you know, Tottenham was pretty serious.
Bad.
Yeah,
everyone knows. I feel like it still is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. 100%. You know,
depends what part you're in.
And I'm a lot older than a lot of this stuff.
That's
so
true.
I don't. You know, but I do teach and mentor a lot of the people around.
That's
there,
good.
So, you know,
because those guys need it.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
Serious?
I've been
Well,
to Tottenham. Like back in there, I used to shoot music videos
okay.
for quite a few rappers
Uh-huh.
in North London, and Tottenham's like the one place that I've been. Yeah,
I'm so
go, no, do
sorry.
your
I'm
thing.
so sorry. Let me
Do your
just
thing,
quickly
bro.
answer this. Hello? Sorry.
Nah, that's cool, bro. All that part's gonna get edited out.
Yeah, okay, cool.
All good, bro.
Yeah.
And I understand, bro. Being a business person, like you have to you have to be a 24/7 type of situation.
Yeah, it's one of those ones.
No, I get it, bro. I completely
appreciate
understand. Completely understand.
So where was I? Growing up, North London, it was serious. Yeah, very serious. We had a lot of issues.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I was always the guy that was like more of the person that people would be like, "No, Frank, you're cool. Like, I'm gonna come and chill with you." And I mean, my house was like an open door for everyone. Like a safe haven.
Yeah.
Like a safe haven. Like in many ways, when there's a lot of stuff going on, people are like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna go around Frank's house and play SNES and all that." And that's what it is. So that's kind of one thing that how I was. You know what I mean? And then I was always trying to tell a lot of my friends from very, very young, let's up a business. Let's do I was 15 and I was saying, let's do a radio station. And
that was the next question I was going to ask you.
Yeah, I mean,
how did that go with
yeah.
having kids around you that didn't really understand the benefit of that?
Well, you know what? It's a learning. It's a learning. Do you get what I mean? And I feel that now a lot of my friends and peers and people that I grew up with, they get it. Do you get what I mean? Because
of course, yeah.
sometimes when you're young, you can't tell people exactly what you're gonna do. And and that's what I was always doing. I said, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have this business and have this. And because you're young and you've got the energy, they just think, oh, you're just saying it. But now that I've proven myself, I've actually done everything I said I'm gonna do.
Now they see.
Yeah, they're like, right, Frank, you did exactly what you said you were gonna do. And I said I'm gonna work for myself. I said I'm gonna start businesses. I said I'm gonna be what I'm gonna do, and that's what it is. So, but yeah, I mean, it's all love. Like, it's never a situation where I kind of be like, oh, see, I told you so, or nothing like that. And it's still, and
you can't do that as an entrepreneur.
No, you can't. And it's still like, and I love all my friends and all my people because they always support like all the little things that I'm trying to do. So it's never that. So it's yeah, man. It's
just to add on to what you just said, the one thing that I've realized just by going out on my own and just having belief in what I'm trying to be and shit like that, is that people don't care about your explanation of what you're trying to do.
Not at all.
They want to just see it.
Yeah.
And they want to see if they want to fuck with it or not.
Yeah.
So you just got to kind of just be quiet and just go and start building with whatever you got at the time. And then once it's time to present it to people, there has to be something there. There has to be some type
100%.
of value.
100%.
You get what I'm saying? 100%. Otherwise, people don't give a fuck. Like, and why should they? To be fair, like,
100%.
You get what I mean?
And that's what it is. Like, you really have to show and prove. Like,
1000%.
You can't just be like, And I mean, in the early stages of my business, I was always trying to pitch and tell. And, you know what I mean? And some people listened, some people didn't. And that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
100. And especially even with my whole King of Trainers journey away from my local area, I was doing I went to do like vlogging and blogging and reviews and all these different things. I wrote to all the companies.
And
they ignored me. Yeah.
All right, trust me, I know how that feels. Trust me.
Yeah, man. So,
I know how that feels. But let's get into that. Like, I guess since we're at the earlier part of the interview. So how did you begin to build that brand, King of Trainers?
Yeah, so it was a nickname, like I said, from when I was younger. And then in the 90s, I used to go to New York a lot and bring back trainers.
That's dope.
And then kind of, was reselling. Before reselling was even invented, I was like one of the pioneers of that. But
in the 90s, you must be making mad bread off that.
Yeah, but it wasn't, what it was? I wasn't even trying to make money like that. It was more just, I'll come back with something fly. My guys were like, oh, Frank, can you get me something next time? They'll give me like £100.
And then you kind of
and then I'll buy something, it might be $100. We didn't really understand the exchange rate back then, but that's all right. Do you get what I mean? I'm just grateful to have an exclusive pet.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, right, but it was 2 to 1. I just made $50 or $30 or whatever it may be. And And I used to do that. I used to make money off exchange rate, little amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had a sneaker studio in Wood Green, North London, where like people like people like Chipmunk and stuff. He came through to get some trainers one time.
Shout
and
out.
Marvel and a lot of the guys there, they came through to get some trainers a couple of times. And like one of my good friends, Manny Norte. A lot of these people came to my studio.
Manny Norte is one of your good friends.
Yeah. I was with him last night actually. Yes,
this is someone I need to know.
That's my guy. Yeah. So we would there's so much stuff we would do like and I was doing a lot of stuff in the trainer things. We had like trainer parties with my guy Kosher and just do a lot of stuff in that world. And then when it came to like Twitter, I had like a social media network called Fabs Network. You know, so I had a social media called Fabs Network. My own social media network. On there I had like a forum called
like your own app? Or
no, it was online. Yeah, so imagine Facebook and Instagram online like merged together, like where you could post like your picture, your videos, all that. Like it was really good. I had quite a few thousand members, good follow, good views, good everything.
Okay.
And then it got hacked.
Damn.
It got hacked, yeah.
Did you ever find out who did it?
Nah, everyone's saying that the big boys hacked me because
it's possible.
Oh yeah.
It's very possible.
Yeah, because they see everything. You know what I mean,
and they see the potential in your shit before even you see it sometimes. Do you get what I'm saying? And obviously it's business.
Yeah,
it's easier to cut your legs off.
Indeed. Yeah, indeed.
While you're growing.
Yeah. So so it was all good. I then from there I set up a little forum called Kik'n Trainers Forum on
Reddit?
On my actual
on your actual website.
Then I registered a Twitter, Kik'n Trainers. But before that I had a Tumblr. I had the domain name. I was trying to do like a website back in like the 1999. I was trying to do a website.
That's what I was gonna say. You were up on game from early.
Oh yeah. I used to try to sell websites and stuff, domain names back in the day. Yeah.
Does that actually work?
It does work. Yeah. It does work. It does work. I mean, I had a really good domain name called everythingonnothing.com.
How much you sold that for?
Well, I tried to sell it for stupid money. I kind of missed out because I wasn't savvy with my business skills. But back then, one of my good friends, Sham, his dad worked Buckingham Palace Road. He was an accountant, and he used to work next door to Eon Productions. So Eon Productions are the people who make James Bond.
Oh.
So their numplate, so all their cars was EON1, EON2, and EON stands for everything or nothing, right? So I was like, yeah, man, that's what we need to do. I need to buy the domain name. I bought the domain name. I bought .com. Back then I was a bit, less savvy.
Less
business savvy.
But still, though, just having the thought to do that, that's an entrepreneurial mindset right there.
Indeed, yeah. And I knew that I couldn't articulate myself on that level, so I asked my sister. I said, Jen, can you please speak to them for me? And she spoke to them, and they said, yeah. Oh, like they offered us some money, like back then, like we're talking 90. It could have been 98, 99 around that time. They offered us, money that I can buy a nice Porsche. Back then, that's like you having £1 million.
That's
so
a lot.
like literally, like they said, okay, cool, come and sign the paperwork, boom, boom. So we were like, okay, we're gonna come through, and I think it was like a week before the meeting or something. They messaged my sister back and they said, oh, it's all right, we bought the .co.uk.
Oh, damn.
But that's not even where the story gets crazy.
Okay,
the story gets crazy because I was like, oh man, everything.
That's sad, like
you know what I mean. So then what happened is
I've got questions, but I'll let you finish.
Yeah, what happened is from there I just left it for a bit, went to uni, and this is when domain names were like £50 a year type of thing. And then I looked in like the Source magazine, I think. And they had James Bond, EA Games, James Bond, Everything or Nothing, the game. I was like, oh man, maybe I can go and
get the game.
Go and get the game.
Yeah.
And then go and sell it for the game. So I go online, I'm searching quick, frantically. And I'm like, oh damn, it's lapsed. Let me go and as I'm going to rebuy it, I see it's been sold. I'm like, oh man, I'm stressed. So then I see who owns it now. And then he come up and it's Metro Goldwing Mayer. MGM. So MGM bought it, and then they licensed. I think they licensed the whole thing to like EA, something like for $4 million.
4 million.
or something like that, you know. Obviously, my name would have
Fucking
been
hell.
included in that.
Yeah,
I would have
yeah,
been able to
yeah,
get
yeah.
something, but I just wasn't savvy. But that taught me a big lesson about like ownership and just trying to build your brand around you, like trying to make sure that you do everything you can. It's not easy, but
And also understanding where the value lies.
Indeed.
Like, because initially, when you went with the first offer, if you had understood where the value lied, then you'd have probably copped the .co.uk as well.
I didn't know.
You know
This
what
is
I'm
when,
saying?
remember, this is when the internet was new.
New,
It was
very
so
new.
new, like you
Because
thought the
what
.com
you-
was everything.
Because what you did is alerted them to the fact that, oh shit,
Yes.
there's this out there that someone
Yeah.
else could own.
That's
That's why
it.
they went
And
and
that's
straight
what-
away just copped the .co.uk.
yeah,
Like,
and that's what happened.
That's
so
crazy.
yeah, that's an early lesson in business.
yeah.
But you know,
Nah, with every lesson in business, what I realize is that it makes you stronger. Anyways.
indeed,
It makes you
indeed.
better.
I'm
so
not mad at it.
is
I'm
what
not
it
mad
is.
at it.
Damn, that would have been a nice come up though.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Back then. Yeah, I know.
All right. Okay. So now you kind of like built your brand to a point where you know people are aware of your brand, like aware of King of Trainers. You got people like Chipmunk coming through the shop,
Yeah.
and shit. Like, how did you take it from that to what it is now? Because you're not just selling trainers anymore.
No,
Now you're
no.
selling retail.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
my
saying?
own trainers. Yeah.
Yeah, you're selling your own trainers. We're gonna
yeah.
get into that in a minute.
Yeah, no. So what happened? Okay, so even with that, the sneaker studio, I had to shut it down because that was like at the time of like the whole credit crunch as well.
Oh,
so we
okay.
started. I think we started at like 06 to about 08, 09 maybe.
Did
And
that
then-
affect you a lot?
Yeah, it did. Well, it did because I had apart from the sneaker studio, I had like an installation company.
Okay.
I had property, all of that, and it was crazy because I was like my tenants weren't paying their rent, so I was paying out mortgages. It was mad. It was wild. It was so mad. You know, it was so crazy. So so we had to shut that down. I had that with a few friends. We shut that down, and then I just said, you know what, like for me, because I was doing so much, like I was overworking.
Sounds like you.
Yeah.
What did you like? Did you go uni? What did you study?
Yeah, I studied graphics, visual communication design, and like graphics.
That's-
So basically, yeah.
You done way more than your degree. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But anyways,
Yeah,
carry on
but
with the story.
yeah.
I was just curious.
So,
about
no,
that.
it's all good. So then, yeah. So at that period, I said, you know what? Let me just chill out and take a hiatus from all of what I'm doing. 'Cause, I mean, I was going crazy. I was doing a lot of stuff, and then I just said, let me focus online, and that's when I set up the whole Fabs Network situation, and then I put the brand more online. You know what I mean?
okay,
Because
yeah.
more, it was like a local nickname. My friends know, yeah, no, friends, the King, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a
It wasn't like a globe. Like
no,
a national
it wasn't like a
thing
digital
yet.
thing. No,
Okay.
no. So I then started to kind of really focus on the Twitter and just talking about trainers more. And then I went through a situation with JD Sports.
That's dope. Were you like a
so-
partnership type of situation?
Nah, it wasn't even a partnership. They tried to take me to court.
Whoa,
Yeah,
what
they tried
happened
to take me to
there?
court. So what it was, shout out JD, like it's all love now. But basically,
Oh shit, is that their slogan?
yeah. So
Oh shit, it is. I just realized.
Yeah, so what it is, so what it is, my friend said, he said Nike won't just do it. I don't
Yeah.
purpose or nothing.
Yeah.
Why doesn't JD Sports speak to the real King Trainers and added us? Whoever was running social media at the time was like mad. Like they were like,
Oh, well, your friend said that to JD Sports.
yeah.
Okay.
And whoever's running social media, who I think I know it was, but they started to attack. They're like, "Who you? You're an imposter," and atting us.
Oh.
You know, and this is the early days of Twitter. So in the early days of Twitter, you're thinking like, "Damn, like it's not that serious, bro." Like,
Like,
you
relax.
get me? So I'm like, "Oh, like why don't we talk about it?" Boom. But back then, if someone had 10,000 followers, it was a big deal. wasn't it?
because it was
You-
very new.
Yeah, you didn't know what was going on. I only had like a couple hundred, if that, and they're proper attacking me. And then obviously their followers are seeing that, so then they're attacking me. Oh,
Damn.
you're an imposter. You remember? And like that was like there's a Twitter war. You didn't know what was going on. Like you're like, I'm getting attacked, and people are like, oh man. So
Yeah.
that happened. Then like about 2 weeks after that, they block us, and then we get like a cease and desist.
Stop
Yeah.
using
Yeah, stop using the
the
name.
name King of Trainers.
Yeah, stop using the name.
So-
What people don't know is JD used to use it in the 90s,
Mhm.
but stopped using it around 2003.
Yeah.
And they changed the branding to Best of the Best. They went, before they were blue, then they went to black and yellow bags.
Yeah.
And they stopped it, right?
I
And it was
remember
just
that
like
era.
it was just like a sub line. It wasn't like a big thing. So they went Best of the Best, right?
Mhm.
So then when they went through that with me, I wrote to the lawyers. I said, look, can we work together? I'm excited. I'm like, I've got your attention. Let's work. And I'm telling them.
So what, you spoke to their lawyers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I spoke to their lawyers. I'm telling them I'm gonna be who I am now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I'm not just saying this like 10 plus years ago, because I know
Nah.
I believe in me, innit?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. The belief got to be.
So I'm
convicting.
saying, like, why don't we just work together?
As opposed to beefing through court and shit.
It's cool. And then like their lawyers sent a letter back saying our client doesn't want to speak to you. You're infringing. You've got like 7 days to comply with filing court papers. So I'm like, you know what? I don't like being bullied. I'm from Tottenham, innit? Like that's how I feel. Like I've still got that in me. So I then learned everything there is to know about trademark law, and online law is different from statutory law. Like there's a lot of grey areas.
Okay.
So I jumped on the phone to their lawyer. Female lawyer picked up. She was like, I'm like, is the Kik'n trains on here? And she was like, you can't say that. You know, it's one of those ones. You can't say that. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, actually,
after reading up on it.
Yeah. So I literally just, explained the situation.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, whoa. Like, she didn't realize that, all these different grey areas were there, even as a lawyer. And I can
imagine back then as well, the internet is new. So
yeah, it was a bit, it was a bit like, but I wasn't trying to, they accused me of passing off. I wasn't, because I'm an individual and I've had the name way before they did, like as a nickname, but I didn't realize all these different things. So, then she's like, oh, don't you understand? Like, they're a big company and stuff, and JD's huge. Like they say they're the king of trainers, they really are. Yeah. Like people want to say whatever they, they own size, they own Foot Patrol, they own.
They own size as well. I didn't know that.
They own size. Yeah,
I know about Foot Patrol, but I didn't know they own size as well.
Yeah, they own size.
But they are really the king.
No, they are. They are. Like say what you want about JD. They've had
company-wise.
They've had more Nike exclusive and collaboration than any other shop in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like shout them out.
They're bigger than Foot Locker as well.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bigger than Foot Locker in Europe. I think the US they're gonna start to. Foot Locker's the biggest.
Bigger in
because Foot Locker's owned by Woolworths. Remember Woolworths?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so Foot Locker's the Woolworths family, and so Foot Locker's a group. They're a bigger company, I would say, but. JD don't play with JD. JD.
In terms of like trainers in the UK, they're bigger than Foot Locker.
Yeah, so that happened, and then I spoke to her. She's like, "Oh, what do you want to do?" And I said, "Look, I want to go to court." And then she was like, "Whoa, like because no one says that. Like, you there's no individual that can financially just finance Jay-Z. JD are a
they're
beast.
Huge.
They're so big.
That's why I'm wondering how this story ends, but I'm gonna let you finish.
So I said, like, she's like, wow, you like, and she says, okay, so.
And why did you decide you wanted to go to court? Was that just like a bluff thing, or
no? I was ready.
You was ready. You already knew that you wasn't right.
The law's the law, innit? Yeah. Like I'm an individual. I'm not passing off as them. Like I'm an individual, innit? I'm not trying to.
You're not trying to say that you are JD Sports,
no, I'm not
which is what they're accusing you of.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So basically, I said, let's go to court. They were like, wow, really? And I said, yeah, man. Like, Then they asked me what legal company I'm using, like what's my solicitor's details.
Yeah.
And I said, send it to the same place you sent the original because I'm defending myself in court.
That's dope.
And
that's fucking sick.
She was like, whoa, like she like.
That must have been like, what the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. No one does that. Who's gonna do that?
Yeah.
Like, it's like suicide. But I was willing to risk it all because if I lost, I would have to pay their court fees and all that sort of stuff as well. So, but I was ready for that. And then I said, let's go. So then after they sent me like another letter, about 2 or 3 months, about 3-4 months, maybe a couple months anyway, after saying, dear Mr. Boateng, actually our client no longer pursues this matter. We're gonna close the case. Then what people don't know is they then launched a campaign. There's only one King of Trainers. So when you see the campaign, there's only one King of Trainers, or undisputed King of Trainers, or undefeated King of Trainers. I say they're talking about
you. No, they definitely are because they sent you a cease and desist.
Yeah.
And then they realized that maybe, according to the law, we might not even win this. It's just a waste of time and money for us. So let's just go that way. You might as well just. That's crazy though. But like, how do you? Because that's you being a part of just like the culture just from early. How did you feel about just being in the middle of that, first of all?
Yeah, man. I mean, for anyone else getting a type of language, if you don't understand law, it's language.
It is.
It's all language. It's all about just dissecting the language. What are they actually saying? And that's for anyone who into just it's language. Just dissect it, see what they're saying, see your rights.
And did you have any help with that, or did you literally go do that yourself?
Just a few little people. No, sorry, my bad. Not little people. A few people around, but it was really me. It was really myself. That was because I was the one that was getting attacked.
Yeah,
right.
Course.
And so yeah, I just read up on laws on the law.
Amen.
I read up on the law. And
you heard it here first. Like you got to get your information right.
You have to. You have to. And
that's what I'm hearing.
And God being so good, like we work together now. Yeah.
Oh, that's
together. Yeah.
dope. Okay, cool. Tell me how it went from. Okay, that's a very cool story. I'm glad I ended like that. Actually, so how did it go from you going? You know what? I'm gonna represent myself. Them going. You know what? We're not gonna push that. And then they launch a few campaigns to try to like separate you from them. Indeed. You know how these businesses do.
Indeed.
How did that go from you then getting back to the table?
Well, they reached out to me, like, I mean, in between that time, because that was like over 10 years ago. So in that time, some people that worked there would send me some stuff from JD. I'll go to a few events.
That's dope.
And it was really through lockdown that we started to have a proper relationship. Because the thing about it is that when you look at individuals, like sneaker personalities in Europe at the time, I was posting out the most content.
Okay.
Like, I was number one. I still am number one in my eyes. But in terms of like
in Europe,
content, in content, I was going crazy as an individual. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that a lot of other people, like, they have like infrastructure. You know what I mean? Like people, they got the team, they got the PR person, they got this. It was just myself, a few of my friends. We're just going at it. And but in terms of everything on my page, like, people don't know I was posting 20 posts a day.
Damn.
Like,
how do you have much time to do that?
Yeah, it's all about
organizing.
And people always say, like, oh, there's not enough time. I say wake up earlier.
That's true.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wake up earlier. And that's kind of where I was like, I was like,
20 posts a day is a lot.
Yeah,
though.
and it's but you see what it is. It's not actually that much, because when you look at a lot of these bigger blogs, the Shade Room, not the Shade Borough, the Shade Room, they do about 20 to 50 posts a day. Yeah, Hollywood Unlocked do 20 to 50 posts.
I know, but then talking about infrastructure, they can because they have like a whole.
Yeah, they're making mad money.
Yeah,
but with me, I just
and there's a whole social media department in the company. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just one person.
This is it. So what I was doing, I said, you know what? Let me just figure out the algorithm back then, and it was like, okay. The way the sneaker news went is it went on like a big website called sneakernews.com in America, right? Then it will filter through overnight to all the UK blogs. So before the UK blogs pick it up, I'll be up at like 5 a.m. online. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is the thing. So by 8, I'm posting out 5 posts by 8. Then by 12, another 5 posts.
Well, back to back.
Yeah, not back to back. Just kind of give it probably like about 20 minutes or something. And then go again. Then kind of filter some posts throughout the day. Before I knew it, I'm at 20 posts.
Damn.
You know what I mean? It's all sneaker news. And then what I do, I drop the news in with a bit of my history and the stories about old school trainers and this and that and this. And then I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, maybe that might do it. And then that back then, algorithm was about posting. So people would see it, they'll interact, boom, boom, boom. And then I think I was the first individual person to get over 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Damn, that's crazy.
And then I got a lot of I think it was Diodora was the first company to reach out to me. Diodora.
Okay.
And they said, yo, Frank, we're gonna send you like
pairs of trainers and stuff.
Yeah. And then it kind of went from there.
But how did you end up working with JD?
Yeah, so then during lockdown, mainly like they reached out to me. They're like, Frank, we've got this campaign we want to explain the whole King of Trainers thing. You'll go on your page and it'll go on our page. And we'll talk about...
That's dope, by the way. And also, all the other companies, this is how it should be done. This is how they should have done it from the beginning, to be fair.
Indeed,
but I feel like, obviously, we live in a world where we can't deny some of the things that are around us. I feel like there's a racial element to it sometimes, because I see quite a lot of, and I'm not saying that that's what's happening in your scenario, because it could be a bunch of things. I see quite a lot of example of just like other content creators that might just luckily just have the same name as like a big company, and then all of a sudden they're just like,
They're the brand ambassador and stuff.
do you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I see that a lot. It's you know, I mean, look, I think sometimes it's awareness.
Yeah.
I think in my situation, it was the fact that despite my color, I wanted to outwork everyone.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, I've always kind of grew up.
And you weren't even thinking about it as like something that you're entitled to. You're just like, you know what, I worked hard for that name, so I'm gonna fight for it.
Yeah,
like,
and that's it. And I'm still gonna work, you know, despite whatever else was happening around me.
Yeah.
Like, I've just been consistent. I always tell people consistency is the cheat code.
100%.
So if you're consistent enough, it's gonna happen. Do you get what I mean? Like, you know, through all the ups and downs, my consistency is what's led me to everything I'm doing
right now.
So for me, it was just about the consistency.
That's dope. Now you're a real inspiration to me, because even though I only just like I literally only met you on that day when I walked into your shop in Shoreditch.
Yeah.
But ever since I've been doing because obviously before I interview someone, I like to do my research.
I appreciate it.
Bro, like everything I've read about you is inspirational.
Thank you.
I'm just like, bro. That's why like interviews like this for me are special. Like I interview quite a lot of musicians, like underground musicians. I know first to you guys, but like when I get to talk to someone that's like literally built some shit from the ground, it's just, I don't know, for me it just hits different, just because like I feel like maybe because it's what I'm also trying to do
at the
minute. Do you get what I'm saying?
Understand.
So I kind of see parts of myself in that person.
Indeed. And you'll get there.
Thank you.
Your consistency will prove everything. Like, because I was exactly in the same place, like, you know, but I done two things. I said I'm not going to stop posting my content. I'm going to stop posting my opinion. But then also I'm going to network more than
everyone else.
Yeah, and that's what I do. I network like crazy. Like, my nickname was Fab's Network. I built a social network based on my nickname. Then now it's like I know so many people. Whether people say it's friends or not, I just know that
there's a huge value to
that. Sometimes I can draw upon certain contacts, links, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it takes.
I think because there's an art to it as well. There's an art to like using your contacts.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I'm starting to learn. Like, you can't just hit up people over just anything stupid. You have to like figure out what would they be, you know, kind of like what would be good for me to hit them up about.
Yeah. You can't.
You know what I'm saying? It can't just be any.
Yeah, I've got some really huge contacts. And I just
the huge
don't...
ones be scaring me. I'll be honest.
What's that?
I said the huge ones be scaring me.
Yeah, but and that's it. I don't have to hit them up. There's no what's big enough for them to pay attention to. Do you get what I mean? I've got so many different like what do I hit them up for? You know, I know a lot of celebrities and stuff, but you know, okay, I'm doing this event. I might invite, but what's their value? You know,
to what value are they gonna gain from it?
That's it. So
that's what you got.
Most of the time, people always onto me like, they're like, "No, Frank, but you know this person, you know that person, and this, and I'm like, no, stop. We're not gonna do that.
Because it's better for you to kind of keep the relationship and not use that relationship yet until the time is ready, than just to say any random shit and they're just like, oh, this guy's not serious.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? And then now you've lost that contact.
Yeah, that's it.
But just because you gain it doesn't mean you're gonna keep it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's another thing as well.
You know, people haven't got time, so you have to make sure that whatever you're allowing them to spend their time on, it's got to be worth it. Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. So with the JD collaboration, when did that happen?
Yeah, so so we started working around lockdown, and then. Yeah, we just kind of, I do content for them here and there. We just done a situation where I'm going to do some regular content for them.
Okay.
You know.
That's dope. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. And then, then I, you know, I mean, I have like my own shoe collab.
Ellesse. Ellesse. How? Okay. Is that connected with the JD
Well,
deal?
it's so,
Did that
so
come before
it
or
came
after?
before. It came before. But
Let's get into that since we're
hold
here
on.
now.
Give me one
No,
second. My
go
sister's
for
on
it.
the
Go
phone,
for it. Go
so-
for it. Go for it.
Hey, Jen. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just doing a podcast. You okay? No, it's fine. It's on quickly. No, it's fine. I was gonna say, would you have time to go there, or they won't really be no one there, would they? Okay, okay. Drop a email again, and then see. Okay, then I'll shout you after. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, I might
So-
keep that part in because it looks very business-like.
That's
No, I
okay.
like,
It's
bro.
all good.
I like
It's all
that though.
good.
I like that because
It's all good.
you know what I mean. I'm trying to get to that level
it's all
where
good.
people are just calling me. I'm like, oh, let me just quickly sort this out.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
You
good.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was okay. We were saying with the since we're here,
Ellesse,
the Ellesse collaboration. How did that start?
Mm-hmm.
And how does that connect with like how were you able to kind of like were you able to leverage that to the JD situation?
Well, no, I mean, so
or-
they're kind of two separate situations. So the
Okay.
less situation, I have to shout out a guy called Jonathan. He works for a company called Gun Ho, which is the PR company for Ellesse.
Okay.
They hit me up a while back in 2019, actually, saying,
Right.
"Yo, we're doing this something called Design Council.
Yeah.
We want you to design a pair of trainers, and then we'll give you maybe 5 to 10 pairs for your friends and family."
Okay.
Right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll come down and so they gave us a nice spread, Ace Hotel. They invite people from the States and all that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yo, let me what's the word I'm looking for? They said they showed us an Ellesse tanker, which is a heritage trainer, tennis trainer from '82.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, can you design something?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, cool, let me do something.
Put your spin on that.
Yeah, but I was more like they had like people kind of talking, networking and stuff. But I was more like, oh man, like, this is my opportunity. Like I could do anything I want here.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking of the history. How do I connect it? I just want to design a fly pair of trainers. That's never been what I want to do. What's the story
behind it? Yeah.
And so I asked them. I said, no, my mum loved Boris Becker. Let me just check. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, yes, he was wearing the Ellesse top. Then I said, have you guys got this? And then they were like, yeah, we've actually got it here. Like, it was mental. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me let's get this going. And then I just said, okay, let me just make it plain. 1 light blue, 1 dark blue, and that's it. That was the shoe. Yeah, that was like the shoe.
And you that's how it's actually sold, right?
Yeah, that's
1 light
sold.
blue,
1 light blue, 1 dark blue. Yeah.
Genius.
So, yeah. So it was so crazy.
And the fact that it's suede as well, right?
Yeah, suede. Yeah.
The fact that I think that's what I like about it.
Yeah,
like,
it's a beautiful shoe.
It just looks so.
Even though it's my
so
shoe.
Fly.
It's a very beautiful shoe.
Nah, it is.
Hold on. Let me extend my parking quickly. So
That's cool, bro.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful shoe. So
how you went from that situation of you just designing it to just like now, because basically it's your shoe.
Yeah.
Like now you kind of like how does that work? Do you own like a certain, I don't know, I guess in music you'll be split. So.
Like royalties.
Yeah.
So I mean like with the shoe you have to what people don't know in terms of collaboration. So let me just get back to the thing, and I'll tell you.
Okay,
I'll tell you
cool,
that.
cool,
So
cool.
when they asked me to do the shoe, they produced the shoe in about. So we designed it in 2019.
Yeah.
By February 2020. So imagine it's been a while.
Yeah.
They actually bring the shoe, and they have these nice boxes and stuff. So they're like, oh Frank, your shoes are ready to collect. So I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool, let's go there. And I'm in tears. I'm so
Yeah,
I'm
I can
just
imagine.
so emotional. It's a shoe. So what happened is, I said, guys, are you guys gonna do an event? This is like, it's a big deal.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
make
they're
the most out of
like,
it.
nah. The PR comes like, nah, it's all right.
Really?
Yeah, they're like,
Okay.
this here's your shoe. You can do what you want. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna do my own event. So I post up like the logo on the little like the tag, the size tag.
Yeah.
I post up the size tag, and it has my name, Franklin Boyd, in the size tag.
That's
I
dope.
post it up on Instagram, and it goes crazy, like 600 comments. Oh my god! Like,
Can't believe he's got his own collaboration. Shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Even and then so people are tagging in Ellesse and DMing Ellesse. Where can we get this? Where can we get this? And then they're like, oh, they're like, oh, like it's a friends and family. Like,
It's
what's
not
going
really,
on?
yeah.
Like,
So
so
what, at that time they didn't have it out on
no,
retail?
no, it wasn't even
Okay, it wasn't even a thing
it
that.
wasn't a thing. And this is a very intricate part of the story that I need to explain.
Okay.
So when I done that,
Yeah.
they're getting DMs and comments from all over the world.
Yeah.
They're like, so the US team and the Australia team and all these other teams are like, who's this
Who's
king of
this guy?
trainers guy? Who is he? We signed deals with big people and this. And then people are like, nah, this is the one. Like, so
we want a pair of those.
yeah. So what happened is like February, they must have like literally stayed as a PR company, stayed up,
Yeah.
looked through all the comments. Obviously, they didn't believe the comments were real. I don't know what it was.
Course.
And then they then had a meeting with all the regions. They're like, no, we need to give this guy
a go. Yeah.
So then,
because like that's the power of the internet, bro. Most of these companies are unaware of what your following can be like and how it can be beneficial for their sales until they start seeing people hitting them up like, yo, we want this.
This is it.
Put it out, and as soon as they see that,
So this is what happened, and then they announced my collaboration in March, and then what happens is later on lockdown.
Oh yeah,
lockdown. I mean, I thought, yo, it's coming out in summer. I'm going crazy. Oh my god, it was stressful, man. So imagine lockdown. Everyone's Frank. And during this time, other companies that had collaborations already made were releasing collaborations. So they're thinking, oh, how come even in lockdown, people are asking, why is it not coming out? So
I can imagine.
Oh, I'm stressed.
So did they halt it from coming out as soon as the news of lockdown?
No, so what happened is the whole department shifted. Lockdown literally wiped out the factory they had out in the Far East.
Oh.
Like, remember, lockdown was a serious, like, they had factories exactly where the whole COVID thing happened. It wiped out. So then what happened is they had to move departments, and then, shout out Tom. He's from a company called Focus, who took on the managing of the Ellesse account. And then Jonathan pitched me to Focus, and Focus said, yeah, no, let's do it. And then it was like, it's just a godsend. And they said, no, we're going to do it. Just hold tight, So
they put it on hold?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, cool.
Well, they figured things out, and then they got a new factory and all these, and then they said, no, Frank, okay, cool, we're ready now, let's go. And then by doing that, it was like, okay, like, let's really get to it. So then they
said, how long did it take? So to cut you off. How long did it take from when they decided, from when they was like, oh, okay, because of COVID, let's hold on till then?
Yeah, so I guess we started a process as COVID was kind of finishing, so it took about a couple months.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, probably about 6 months. But that's after like a near 2 year wait.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
I know, but still, my guy, you got trainers coming up now.
I know. And then
things like that take time.
Yeah, and then during that period, sorry, my bad.
That's cool, bro.
During that period, we then launched the Avirex shop.
Yeah.
Like during the same period, and then while we got the Avirex shop.
Was this before the shoes was out, or
before the shoes were out? So imagine we launched the Avirex shop 1st July.
Okay, you're going
guys.
So
let me go.
Ahead. Finish the Ellesse story.
Yeah, so with the Ellesse story.
Yeah.
Because it was coming out, I'll have a meeting with Tom here and there, and Tom was like, "Oh, Frank, we want you involved. Things going forward. Did you know we're gonna buy Avirex, like the license, UK, Europe,
That's
and
dope. What company?
It's Focus Brands.
Focus Brands.
Yeah,
okay.
Shout out Focus Brands.
Really shout out Focus Brands.
So they were like, yo, like we want you involved, like this, like because he's like my excitement was like I went crazy because I'm at Avirex for nothing.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, man, like what do you think we should do? And so originally I was like, yo, let me get an account for my shop, Retro Store. I have a shop called Retro Store in Box Park with me and my business partners. And so I was like, let me get an account for that. And he thought about it. He's like, you know what? why don't we just have a standalone store? We'll get you to run it. We'll give you like, and I'm like, oh wow, word. Like, he's like, let's go. So then he pitched it to the powers to be, and they said, yeah, let's go. And then, so and I sorted out everything, like the store in Box Park, the location.
And this was kind of like coinciding with the Ellesse situation.
Correct. So then what happened is that store opened on the 1st of July. And then the Ellesse
2021?
2020
or 2022?
2021.
2021. Okay.
No, 2022.
Two.
This summer,
Yeah,
sorry.
this summer, yeah.
Summer, this
No,
summer gone.
I'm just trying to get the timeline.
I'm even confused. So much going on. So
Exactly, that's what happens.
Summer, summer 2022.
Yeah.
Then by the end of July, my trainers dropped.
Oh,
in the same month.
Okay, in the same month. So we just like perfect, like boom, you got the store.
And then the trainers dropped the same that end of the night. And I done a photo shoot with my mum, my sister, and my friend's Mercedes Benz. It was crazy. It was like, I call it the paid in full photo shoot. It was crazy.
That's hard.
It was crazy. So it's one of those ones, man. It was very, 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 very special. So, God being so good, like I had the opportunity to launch in Selfridges.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're launching Selfridges. So I'm probably like one
like the store and the trainers, or just one of them?
No, the store. So Offspring, shout out Offspring as well.
Shout
So
out Offspring.
Offspring bought into the collaboration.
Okay.
And then we launched it at Selfridges. Yeah,
That's
so
dope.
it was amazing to do that.
That's dope.
And it was just a great launch. We sold a lot of pairs. We got a few pairs left at Retro Store. In Box Park Shoreditch unit.
Yeah, you lot go there.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been phenomenal. And I just I just want to give thanks for that, because it was been a crazy time. But I dedicated the shoe to my mum, like her love of tennis, Boris Becker, free my guy Boris, home soon.
Is he locked up? Is he actually locked up?
Yeah. They gave him 3 years for they said he done tax evasion.
I thought so.
Yeah, but it's not fair, man, because all these big companies like Google and Amazon and they don't pay tax, and then
individuals.
It's crazy. It's crazy. They're not taking Mark Zuckerberg to but that's
but a lot of that is because they can't though.
I know, man.
Because like Mark Zuckerberg is like his worth is probably nearing the trillion as we speak.
It's what happens, isn't it?
So it's different.
It's what happens.
Yep.
Damn. It's been so it was a good time. It still is a good time. We still got the Avirex shop. The Avirex shop's doing really well.
All right, so now let's get into that. So the same company, Focus Brands, sorry. Same company bought the rights to Avirex.
Correct. Yeah, UK, Europe. Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so now that they own Avirex, like how, like what's kind of like the plan of the resurgence?
Well, yeah, no, for me, I was like, look, you got to get me involved. Like they were like, yeah, no, sure. So I helped them out like with the shop. The shop's like kind of what I run, and then I I consult on kind of different things that we're doing behind the scenes. Obviously I can't say too much, but I can say that I was instrumental in the whole Mega Man wearing like the little seeding. So when Mega Man, the new Stormzy video,
yes, that's what I was gonna get. That's what I was gonna get to.
Mega Man wearing the white jacket, he hit me up. He said he needed the white. I was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and it's not even just that though. I've seen quite a lot of different
there's a few things.
Artists wearing photo shoots.
I can't take, but there's a few people that
put it out there, right?
But I just want to shout out people like Mega Man, man, and Skinny Man, and
shout out to Mega
people
Man,
like that,
of course.
because they really they're doing their stuff.
And if you ever watch this Mega Man, I would love to interview you. Like, I don't know how to get in contact with you, but if you do see this, I would love for you to come and sit on this couch so we can can chop it up.
Indeed.
Give me some game about the music industry.
He's a great guy. Yeah,
that's all I've heard, to be fair. That's all I've heard about him. So okay, I guess where I'm going with this is, like, now you got the store, Retro Store, and that store's yours.
Yeah. So in Box Park I have 3. So I have Green Machine Unit 9 with Retro 2, Unit 11 with my friend Anthony and the Mill and my cousin Kofi, and then Unit Avirex Unit 20.
Unit 20.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's amazing. Like most people can't. I mean, not a lot of people can say, I started off with a love of trainers, built like my own brand, and from what you've told me, you were very aware that that's what you were doing.
Yeah, no,
you were
100%.
very aware that okay,
100%.
I'm building a brand, and I need to get to a point to the point of getting a collaboration with Ellesse, and then not even just getting a collaboration, because some man would have just been like, oh, I've got trainers with Ellesse, and then just sat back. You went to your social media platforms like, yo, this is out now. You look go like I mean you didn't say that to them, but you
Nah.
kind of implied that you look go tell them that you need a pair of these right now. You get what I'm saying? Drumming up sales for them and then seeing that no, your brand is serious. Because a lot of times what happens with these big companies is that they don't really take a lot of black brands seriously. Because and that half of that is our fault really. Because sometimes some people don't see their brand as a business.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you need to be able to see your brand as a business for you to even make business logical decisions.
Indeed.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So I was just very aware of things.
So I'm just gonna say congratulations first of all, and just I guess just keep going because you don't realize you inspire quite a lot of people that are trying to attain that, especially from the UK. Is it's a lot more difficult because we don't have as much of a bigger audience, so we have to kind of like grab the audience online and then prove that we can sell some shit.
Yeah, no, I heard
you get what I'm saying? As opposed to Americans can just do that within the US because there's so many.
It's US is crazy.
It's crazy. There's so much. You know what I mean? And in the US, they're like media savvy, anyways.
Oh, for sure.
Do you get what I'm
it's
saying?
Like everyone's like everyone's kind of on it.
Exactly. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's start with that. Bringing back the Avirex. Whose idea was it?
Bringing back. I mean, it was I've wanted to bring back Avirex for years. I've got an email I think from like 2015 to the parent company to be like, can I bring it over? So that's always been something. And we spoke to Focus Brands, but Focus Brands were like, they
you can get that sorted out.
Yeah, but no, I mean I wasn't, but they're the ones that.
But what I'm saying is when you started working with them, because obviously you started working with them from the Ellesse situation.
Indeed,
right?
Indeed.
Did you have to pitch that to them?
No.
Were they kind of like,
they were on it, like, because they've done some work with the company that because what happened is the way it worked, like Mark Echo from Echo Clothing used to own the license for Avirex for the UK. I mean, sorry, for international license.
Well, Europe?
No, international.
Cool.
International license. And then he was like, I don't know if it was him.
Yeah.
He was getting to that point where he was actually so big. He was so big, like, as a business that he didn't want to kind of put Avirex back out. So it slowly started to kind of come away from the stores. And then a big company called Centric Brands bought it off him. And then they relaunched it in the States. And then I think they were looking for a European company to kind of take it off anyway. But Focus Brands, they have Echo Clothing as well. And they have a lot of different brands in their stable. That's dope. Like, really good company. So they were like, this is definitely perfect. And then the original gentleman from Avirex is still around. Yeah, I mean,
is he?
Yeah, the original person, and he always has a say in who
to give it to,
because Avirex is an Italian company.
Originally. I did not know that.
Yeah. So Avirex
I thought it was American.
No, it started in Italy, but then he went over to America and done Avirex USA.
Okay.
But it started in Italy. So Avirex is an aviation manufacturer.
Okay.
So they pilot jackets and stuff.
So they still make stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's dope.
So the Top Gun film, the original Top Gun film in '85. It was Avirex.
Yeah.
And the recent one, the Maverick, is Avirex.
Avirex as well. Yeah. That's dope. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you kind of like fit in the whole Avirex situation?
Well, no, I mean, so I'm kind of like on the front line. Like you said, you came into the shop. I'm there. I'm meeting the people coming in the shop. I'm running the store for them, and then also I'm helping them out behind the scenes with like just kind of consulting on like, okay.
So you're basically you have the way I see it anyways from the outside looking in. It seems to me that you have the cultural currency.
Yeah.
That the businesses kind of need to kind of like so that they're able to market it in.
Well, I believe so. I think cultural currency is one way of looking at it, but it's also I live the Avirex life.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like I bought my first Avirex in '97. Do you know what I mean? That's 25 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Long time ago, How much was it?
£500 back then.
£500 back then. I remember I bought one in like 2011, I want to say, 2010.
Yeah.
Second hand for like £125.
It's all good.
That's like one of my favorite jackets I've ever owned. I mean, I don't own it anymore, but
is it? Why did you sell it?
I think I can't remember exactly why I sold it. I think someone wanted it and they offered me
Yeah.
like ridiculous amount of money for it,
Serious.
and I was just like, yeah, let's. And
It's,
I didn't think that it was gonna come back
yeah.
because I own the second like a vintage version of it, and I
Yeah.
bought it for
Okay.
125. They must have
Yeah.
offered me something ridiculous, and I
Okay.
just
And
sold
then,
it to them.
is it?
Yeah, I just sold
And
it to
now
them.
they're like,
I
yeah.
know, right? I wish I wish I hadn't. I'll be honest.
This is
I wish I
a
hadn't.
lesson to everyone watching. Everything's coming back.
Yeah,
Everything's gonna come back. You
yeah.
know, we're living in what we call Generation X, where it all comes around.
Everything just gets
You know,
recycled.
indeed,
Goes over.
indeed. So yeah, so like, I lived at Avirex. So I'm like, but I know a lot of people. I believe it's, me. It's what I bring to brands like authenticity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this. There's like a lot of people have actually lived a life that people are investing in.
Mm-hmm.
So I can confidently say in sneakers, footwear, fashion, I've lived that life. Do you get what I mean? On a people could say a street level, maybe not on a corporate level, but
Yeah,
on
but
the street
definitely,
level,
yeah.
everyone knows.
On
Now,
an
Frank,
individual level, yeah.
there's not no one that can say, "Nah, Frank was about that life." When it comes to this fashion thing, you got to listen to what he's saying. He knows he was outside. You know what I mean?
100%.
You
So
know?
tell us, because I wouldn't say I missed it. Actually, I guess I did miss the era because I'm like, I guess maybe like around 2005 ish was when I started listening to grime music.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that was like the Ed Hardy era
Okay.
of grime.
Got you.
So tell us anything that you might maybe remember about the Avirex era
Well, yeah, no,
and
the
the
Avirex era.
influence it had.
Yeah, so I mean, it was huge. Like, it was mainly from the US because the US, the Mobb Deep, Biggie Smalls, all those guys were wearing it,
Yeah.
and then a couple of UK guys, shout out like Jason, Ellesse, and
Shout out.
and
I feel like
you know,
Little Bizzle had.
yeah, but he was later on.
Okay.
No, he wasn't. Nah, he wasn't early. Like,
Okay,
a lot of
okay.
these guys, they weren't really in the
Yeah, that's what I'm
90s.
asking
Like,
because
yeah.
I don't want to come in here and be talking about my.
No, shout him out too. But I'm a lot older than these guys, so
Fair enough.
like, their time came in the 2000s.
Yeah,
Do you get what I mean?
yeah. That's what I experienced.
Yeah, they popularized it in the 2000s.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, it was different.
Okay.
And if you were wearing it in the 90s, it was like having a Rolex on your back. Do you get what I mean? It was very serious.
It's like a status.
It was, it was like, oh, you got an Avirex. Like, and it's on one or two films, you'll have a very serious, like you get me? They knew they couldn't, when I was 17, I had a £500 jacket on my back.
Yeah.
I really had no business that.
I know.
I was so into fashion and confident. I was like, no one's taking this off my back. Like, it's one of those, and that's how I was, and I feel that, back then it was real statement. It was real like,
1000%.
I remember going to college with my jacket, literally one like I feel it's like the Monday, the weekend I got the Monday I got to college, and the whole college like, oh, he's got Avirex, yeah, and then literally the next weekend, about 4 boys went and begged their mum. They scrambled every piece of money they could get
and then got
to go and get their Avirex.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Like, so when it comes to influencer, and I think that's why maybe I'm involved in a lot of these projects, is I was a real street influencer.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like you was an influencer before influencer.
Yeah,
was a thing.
it wasn't even like a
thing at the time.
Like,
it wasn't a thing at the time.
People would look at what I was wearing and be like, "Nah, I need to."
That's dope that you were able to kind of like take that from that era and kind of like grow it in an era where social media kind of advances the job of an influencer.
Indeed.
But at that time, what were some of the artists, or who were some of the artists that like influenced you to even fall in love with the Avirex?
Well, no, I think it was mainly America. If I'm honest, yeah, it was mainly American artists.
No one from the UK at all.
Yeah, and then when the So Solid were doing their thing like on their radio, they were talking about it and stuff, and it's a lot of the artists were spitting about it and stuff. And then when they started to become more visual with like the box and Channel U and all these different things, that's when like the 2000s era came, where things became more visual. But on the streets, it was the real street guys that had Avirexes. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm from that era. Before it became visual, it was local. It was like, because you didn't have the internet like it is now. You had like the Source magazine. So the Source magazine was like our Instagram. So anything in Source magazine, like that's the Avirex, and boom, boom.
That's crazy.
Like, and you know, so it was so that era. But then it was a lot of people got robbed for their Avirex jackets. Like, yeah, robbed, stabbed, whatever. It was a
God damn.
very,
It was
very
like having a
dangerous.
it was like having a
Yeah.
rollie, like you said.
Yeah, it was
on
a
your back.
very
Like, that's-
dangerous time to have an Avirex. Very dangerous, you know. But
Damn, I'm glad
kinda-
I grew up around 2000.
yeah, and now it's like, you know, it's
nothing now.
nothing. But
now you
back
see
then,
people with like a fucking Gucci,
yeah,
Louis
£3,000
Vuitton.
puffers and
Yeah.
stuff. People don't even bat an eyelid.
Yeah,
But now back then, yeah, the Avirex thing it was very serious. It wasn't a joke.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a joke
Nah, it
at
wasn't
all.
a joke at all.
No, but okay, cool. How does it make you feel that now you're actually working with the brand Avirex?
No, it's very good, but I always remember that it's still, you know, I still don't own Avirex, so it's
That's
like,
true,
you know,
that's
but
true.
I'm very happy and privileged to be in this position to be that close.
That's what I was gonna
you
say,
know,
the
and
gratitude.
and I'm very grateful to the people that have allowed me to sit around these tables.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I always say that it's down to my hard work, my consistency, and my just knowledge of the game. You know, I definitely I'm a student. Like, I'm always learning. I'm always okay, cool. But I know business. You know, like November will be 19 years self-employed. Do you know what I'm saying? You know,
19 years.
Yeah,
So,
19 self-employed. So.
well, I've got your number now. So
Yeah, you got me. Don't worry.
when I need some business advice, I'm
Yeah, hit
definitely
me
going to
up.
be texting you through.
Yeah, hit me up.
for
Hit
you.
me up.
Yeah,
Hit me up.
because
Yeah,
that shit is not easy at all.
No,
for
it's
me,
not. It's not.
for me, it's only been maybe like 8-10 months self-employed.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
all right.
so
man.
I'm a baby in this.
No, that's all right. It's consistency. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
100%. You're right.
You know, I've had my ups and downs. You know, I've done $1 million in property by 26, 27. Then
Damn,
you lost it
like
by
£1
28,
million
29. Yeah,
in property.
yeah, yeah. So you
Damn.
know, I call myself the broke millionaire. So I had $1 million in property. Then it's not liquid. So.
But
you know,
still, though,
yeah.
I'd rather have $1 million in property than liquid. I don't care. I'd rather have that.
I appreciate that.
You get what I'm saying? Because the value keeps going up and up and up and up.
Indeed.
And if you're having liquid, your value is going down.
It's
Inflation.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, talking about being around like tables with like important, serious people.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that I'd like to be in and around the tables that that they're big bread and someone is Dame Dash.
Dame, yeah, shout out Dame Dash.
Shout out to Dame Dash. And I saw Dame Dash took a picture in front of your shop, and I was like, oh, this brother's gone.
Yeah,
This
no.
brother is you're on multi-millionaires. Like,
I appreciate it. Thank
that's
you.
serious.
No, Dame's a goat, man. He's a legend, man. Like
1000%.
And he's such a real serious but humble guy. He gets it. Like, I met his whole family, his wife and his baby
son,
boy.
right? Yeah.
And their team, you know. And I want to shout out my guy Angel, Mr. Ellesse. He's the one that kind of put that together and brought him over. Shout out Nicky Slim Ting and Femi too as well. But yeah, no, he came through. You know, like everything, everyone, you know, the Avirex is there. They want to come through to
And see,
Avirex,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So it is that. But then through that, you know, I'm telling him, like, yeah, man, I got 3 shops on the block. He's like, bro, you got the block. Like, he's like, because I remember, like, you know, sometimes I have to sit back and be like, right, like, what black man's in charge of 3 shops on one?
That's
on one
bro.
street?
That I didn't want to sound overly excited, but that's what I was saying to you earlier, bro. Like, that's huge.
No, that's
3
it.
different shops.
Yeah. And he saw that and he was like, he was a bit taken back, you know. And then you know, he came back and he spoke to my business partner. He invited us to his hotel. I couldn't go. My business partner went. Anthony, shout out Anthony. And then, you know, it's one of those situations that we're just trying to build a relationship.
Yeah,
you know, because I've always looked up to this guy. He's Dame Dash. That's, you know, the person that
that's the
without
person that
Dame,
gave us Jay-Z.
yeah, without Dame, there wouldn't be Kevin Hart, there wouldn't be Kanye West, there wouldn't be Jay-Z.
Kevin Hart as well. I didn't know about
He
Kevin
put Kevin
Hart
Hart in his first film.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Soldier Paper Soldiers.
Yeah, so
that's true.
So you know, you wouldn't hear or see a lot of these people if it wasn't for Dame. So he's a GOAT. Like, he's a real legend.
Absolute
and
GOAT.
to be privileged enough to speak to him on that level is something I don't take for granted. So it's definitely something like. But he's cool.
Can we have any information as to what you guys got planned in the future?
I can't.
That's
It's too
cool.
much.
That's
It's too
cool.
much.
That's cool. That's
just
cool.
say, like,
just as long as I'm sitting next to someone that knows Dame Dash, that's what that matters
It's
to
all
me.
good.
That's what that matters.
We're gonna be paid in full.
Yeah, amen. Amen. God, I know you're hearing this, please. Amen. Amen.
Yeah,
That's dope, man. That's fucking dope. So I noticed that, like, you shop retro, quite a lot of different celebrities come through just to stop by and see. Like who's the apart from Dame Dash? I saw a picture of Freddie Gibbs as well in front of his shop.
Freddie Gibbs. Shout out
Who's
Freddie
like
Gibbs.
who's number one, the nicest experience that you've had when they've come through and to see?
Yeah, no, nice experience. They're all nice. They're all dope. Like they're all very respectful. No one's ever tried to do any. No.
No, I'm not even suggesting that, but I'm just saying, who's that one experience? Is it Dame? Because I feel like
Dame's definitely like he's high up there, man. Because he came. People don't know he actually came twice. Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
came and he came and chilled in the shop, like, but people don't. Like,
I saw
don't
that on
even say
Instagram. He
Yeah.
came as soon as he literally came up the PJ, like came to the shop, and then came another time, right?
Yeah, he came twice, and he came and chilled down and stuff. So Dame's definitely number one. Like that's Dame.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
but
I think
we've had a lot of, you know,
a lot of famous faces coming
lot of
through.
People come through, and they all respectful. I show them the utmost respect. I love them all, like, because at the end of the day, I'm still a fan of the game. Do you get what I mean? I never. Like people like Frank, but you're here and you got this and got that. I'm never Hollywood, like, you know. It's like you met me. I didn't act funny. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say don't like. I didn't air the DM and you know what I mean. Like
I can attest to all of that.
I'm like, okay, you want to meet,
and that's talking from someone who like is, at this point I'm used to people telling me no. You know what I'm saying? Like
but I see it. Like for me, I've always said that you need someone like I can't save everyone, right? But I know how it feels when someone just gives them just a little bit of encouragement. I know how that feels, you know.
Yeah.
One of the gentlemen who did that for me was a gentleman called Rene Carell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rene Carell. Google this guy. He done something called Pay Off Your Mortgage in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like he's a BBC pundit. He was, you know, he's done a lot of stuff. Like he's huge in business. And every single time I've reached out to this man, you know, he's been like, yeah, come down to this event or come down to here or, do you know what I mean? Or you're gonna do well, like be ready, like just little gems, and he does these business events in the city. This was years. We're talking years ago, and they're like £2,000 a ticket.
I spell his name right. Is that how you spell his name?
No, let me just okay. There's this one.
Okay.
So he would do these business events, and it takes like £500, £2,000, and he let me come to one. For free, yeah. And I was sitting next to the, I think it was what's that female that Pandora. The boss of, he was interviewing the boss of Pandora, and all these business people are there, and I'm sitting there like, wow, I'm around millions, if not billions.
You know?
And you know, and I really feel that for our generation, there needs to be someone. I'm not in that level at all, but just for me,
don't stop saying that. Stop saying that.
I appreciate it.
To me, you're on that level. Does that make sense? Like,
thank you.
Because the thing is, we think about things in perspective. You might just be thinking that you're not on that because you've experienced other people that are like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I have to look up to you. To get to where you're at, you have to look up to them to get to where they're at.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they have people that they look up to that, like multi-billionaires. You know what I'm saying? Like,
indeed.
But anyways, carry respect.
Yeah, no. So like I always say, like you just give people time. Like, you know, I get asked for money every day. I get asked for
that can
an
be
Avirex
frustrating
jacket every day. Everyone's I need an Avirex. Every day I get asked for that. And but what I give is my time. And by giving my time, dropping a few gems, hopefully it can help inspire the next generation.
Yep, and that's way more valuable than giving someone like see. And if you notice as well, like I've never actually, I don't know you to be able to ask for anything anyways. But even if we had a relationship, I'd never ask you.
Yeah,
I would rather want to buy it just because I understand what it's like running a business. Like I don't want niggas asking me for some shit that I'm trying to sell. Like, come on.
But this is the thing, innit? Like, I think sometimes people don't understand.
They don't, and they don't want to understand. In fact,
no.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I always say, look, if I can't give it to you for free, I'll give you guys a discount. So come through.
Yeah,
that's it.
Definitely go through Shoreditch Box Park. Are you guys gonna be there for like?
Yeah, so you know the good news is we're extending our lease. It was supposed to be a pop-up until September, but we're gonna extend. So we'll probably go until Jan, and then from Jan probably go until April. So,
April, okay.
So we'll be there, but you know things are selling out quickly, so don't wait that long.
Don't wait that long. Go hit them up, Shoreditch Box Park, and they've got 3 stores there. So if you go to one of them and you can't find the other one, they'll tell you exactly where it is.
Indeed.
So let's go back to Dame real quick. I mean, not too much there, but like today's a day ironically, well, not
Mm-hmm.
ironically, but coincidentally, I guess today is the day that's been 20 years since Paid in Full came out.
Yes, yeah, Paid in Full, yeah.
For them,
2002, isn't it?
yeah, 2002.
Yeah,
For them
2002,
to be as young as they were, because they were quite young at the time,
Mm.
to come up with a concept of a movie to shoot, going from idea to plan to execution, and for the movie to be such a classic
Yeah,
in hip hop. That for me, I feel like that's one of the moments where that needs to be highlighted, especially in hip hop history, just because
Indeed.
like it's not just the music that we
Indeed.
can make money off. We can make
Indeed.
money off of the merch,
yeah,
the movies, all this stuff. So
Yeah.
like, I guess that's why a lot of people look up to Dame Dash as well.
Yeah.
But the question I have for you is, what are some of the cultural? Well, actually, what are some of the things that you see around the UK music industry, like in terms of culture, that we're kind of squandering?
Well, no, I think you know what it is. I think we need to celebrate everyone,
That's
but
true.
also the people we celebrate have to remember that they're still people. Because sometimes you might celebrate someone, they think they're above you or they can't.
Because you're
reach out.
because you're
yeah,
celebrating.
no. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm always posting up stories about people in the industry that I might have helped. Some people they repost it, but some people just ignore it, and I'm like, well, bro, like remember when
When you
know what I mean?
needed
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. So for me, it's just like we can celebrate everyone, right? But the people that we celebrate have to also acknowledge that they came from zero.
Yeah.
We didn't all start off, unless you're born into a celebrity family, you jump out of the womb and you're famous.
Yeah,
Do you know
most
what I
people
mean?
in the UK don't start off
Yeah,
famous. Bro.
everyone's had to do
work. You have to
everyone's had
grind.
to grind and everyone's had to do
But
stuff.
that's the part that confuses me, because if you understand that, like, I've had to grind, why wouldn't you be empathetic to someone that's like below you and feel like, you know what, because the thing that I feel like we're missing in the UK is the sense of community. There isn't really a sense of community, even with the musicians, the actors, whatever.
Yeah.
There isn't really a sense of community anywhere.
Yeah. So
Whereas like in America, sorry,
Yeah.
in America, that's like pretty much standard.
yeah.
And that's why they're able to do, like, the Paid in Full, for example. They were able to do that because most of the rappers in that movie didn't get paid for that movie.
Yeah, true facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, did facts. That's,
They just did it just because,
It was Dame, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what it is? I think that unfortunately we look at the money so much that we're kind of not even thinking, okay, where can this go?
blinded by the money.
Yeah, like we're like, oh no, man, I have to get paid, and but nah, sometimes you have to be like, okay, where is this actually gonna go? What is this gonna do for me in the? You know what I mean?
Yep.
and even like a very big actor like Mackay Pfeiffer, I think he got less than what, I don't know what he got, but he's now, that movie's like, you just remember.
Launched his career.
Yeah, you just remember
It's
like.
never just him. Quite a lot of people in that movie, their career got launched from just being in that
you know what I'm
movie.
saying? In that film, you've got the how do I say? You've got the real classic lines. Do you know what I mean? You got the real classic.
You know, like
things,
niggas
like-
get killed every day.
Yeah,
Like, that's
you got some real very, but that's based on, quote unquote, a true story that happened in Harlem.
yeah, of course,
That
of course.
Dame, witnessed and
he
with a
put
lot of
together.
Yeah, so it's one of those situations that I think sometimes it just takes a kind of vision thinking to be like, okay, this is gonna go somewhere. Listen.
Yeah, I know, but what, like, I feel like, yeah, you're right. It does take that, but it can't just be just one person. There have to be like a whole community of people that have that
100%.
vision
100%.
for that to be executed right.
100%.
Even before you get to the execution part, like even the planning, you have to have people around you that kind of have people that are like visionaries that can see, like, okay, cool, we're doing this for a purpose.
Yeah.
Do you think?
But no, let's not forget that they do have things like, what's it? Is it Blue Story and stuff?
Yeah,
all
we
of that
do,
is,
we do have things
that's
like that.
kind of,
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people, I believe, I don't know how much they got paid, but they done it because
it was a good opportunity.
It was a good opportunity,
Yeah.
and it's done really good for.
Yeah, I guess we got some.
Yeah,
we got
a
some.
few, and even before Blue Story, you had my cousin Pepstar.
Yeah.
Would do like he done.
Pepstar's your cousin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pepstar.
Yeah, Pepstar's my cousin. So he would do like the kind of rap with the whole stories in it and stuff. Like, he was just a pioneer. He was just before his time. If he done the stuff he was doing
Now,
back then,
yeah.
you get me the beats and bars and all the, all of the A64, all of those. That
Oh,
was his.
he started.
Yeah, he started the beat like when
on
so he does the
SPTV,
beat.
no?
Yeah, when he done the beat,
Oh,
and then he'll
shit.
get like gets to rap over it, or yeah, man, like it was crazy.
That's crazy, man. So you are basically like entranced in like you're interwoven with the UK music culture.
Oh, for
basically.
sure.
That makes so
I don't
much
know
sense.
I don't know how far back you remember. There was a mixtape called Split Mics. So Split Mics was a mixtape done by Twin B and
Yeah.
Hainsley, and it was like what their kind of premiere mixtape.
Yeah.
And that mixtape was kind of what kickstarted their whole career, and it had a lot of good tunes in there. I designed the cover for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
dope.
gonna throw it up. I might throw it up as a throwback Friday. Like maybe
You
when
should.
I'll throw it up. Maybe when we do this, when this comes out,
When
I'll
it comes out,
I'll throw it up and stuff.
Yeah, we should. And this coming out in a week, so
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Quick turnaround
Yeah,
around.
cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah, man, that's dope. That's fucking sick. I'm honored to be sitting next to
Nah,
a living legend.
It's all good.
I'm honored. I'm honored.
I appreciate it.
Nah, man, because in moments like this, I have to take myself out of myself and just just appreciate the moment. You know what I mean? And I might be doing too much, but
no, bro. It's all good. It's all good. I don't mind. It's all good.
It's important for me.
It's all good.
You've got a show happening at the O2 Indigo. Or did that already happen?
Oh, which one's that one?
Where the one where Dame was on the
that's
on the
what
panel.
happened. No, that's what happened.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
how like do you want to talk about that real quick? Like how?
No, that was good. No, so that's Femi and Nicky Slim thing. It was like an audience with Dame.
Okay. Right.
Shout out they Tricky as well. He was shout out the whole team. And so like that, it was the audience with Dame. That was really good. I couldn't stay for the whole thing. I had to go to Best of Africa Awards. So my business partner Anthony went and looked after that for me. So but Dame was just dropping gems. He was in interviews just dropping gems. And then he done
a lot of gems.
Yeah, and then he done a Soho House. He done two different locations there as well. So yeah, man, it was.
That's dope. That's dope. So you got your collaboration with Ellesse.
Yes.
The Ellesse tanker.
Yeah. It's actually Ellesse,
Yeah.
It's actually
Ellesse.
everyone says yeah. So the gentleman's name is Leonardo. Surname begins with S, so it's Ellesse. But he done the Eminem thing before Eminem, so it was Ellesse. Like it's Italian. Italian, bro. Ellesse.
Ellesse.
Yeah.
We've all been saying it wrong.
Oh, we have for all our lives.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for all our lives.
But I'm glad I have someone who's actually spoken to the owner.
Yeah.
right next to me, and you can correct me on that. Ellesse. I'll say Ellesse from now on.
Indeed.
And also as well, I'm gonna keep this clip so when niggas try to correct me, I'll be like, nah, bruh.
It's Ellesse.
It's Ellesse, bro.
Yeah.
It's Ellesse. All right, so obviously you got your collaboration with them. It's looking fucking cold. Apart from your shoe, give me your top 5 trainers of all time.
Okay, so my top 5 trainers of all time. Number 1 would be my Ellesse collaboration.
Yeah, I knew it was that's number one, but I'm saying aside from that one.
Okay, cool.
Because that's always going to be number one.
So
obviously.
I've got like the Jordan 4 breads, black and red. I love those.
Those are
I would say probably those. I would say Nike Air TWs. They came out like 1990. They're like a really like a cross trainer shoe.
TW. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, I know. You might have to Google that.
Yeah, that's. Let me get on my phone right
TWs.
now.
I would say one of my favorites is actually it's more of a recently trainer. It's like a Diodora purple tape.
Oh.
So that was a shoe by Raekwon. Raekwon done that.
Was that like specifically for the purple tape?
Yeah, the tape. But it was like the anniversary. So they done a shoe to commemorate that. Then I would say what other shoes are dope shoes? I mean, I love so many. I'll say the Off-White Jordan 1s by Virgil Abloh, R.I.P. Virgil, Ghanaian brother. That really he smashed it. He paved the way for me.
For so many like black creatives.
He paved the way.
100%.
And then I'm trying to think. There's so many. I love so many trainers, man.
So how many have you got now? 3, right? Yeah.
3 or 4, I think. Is that
3?
4?
Yeah. No, there's 3. So you had the Jordan 4s.
Jordan 4s, the purple tapes.
Yeah, purple tapes.
The Jordan 1s, the TWs, that's 4.
Oh, that's 4,
yeah.
Jordan 1.
And the 5th one, apart from my collab, obviously,
Of course, your collab is always number one.
Yeah.
Always. And you got your name on that as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's always obviously going to be
I
number
got
one.
yeah.
And they actually look very, very nice. They're very nice tennis shoes.
Thank you.
They're not just. I'm not just saying that because you're here.
Thank
but,
you.
know.
I'm trying to think what else I put in my top 4.
Top 5.
Top 5. I think maybe the Jordan. I would say that there's a Pata corduroy Air Max 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, those ones. I think they're pretty dope.
Damn. Pata. You said Air Force 1?
Air Max 1.
Air Max 1. Air Max 1.
Well, I might even just put the plain Air Force 1s because that's always a shoe that.
OG, right?
That's always a shoe that can kind of, you know.
That's the only one that I feel like. I guess it does get enough recognition, but when people are kind of like mentioning the top 5, they never really mention the Air Force 1s as much as like the Jordans.
Not at all.
Yeah, the Air Force 1s is a classic as well.
Indeed.
Classic everywhere.
Indeed.
Damn. All right, that's a good top 5. I'll take that. That's a good top 5.
It's good.
Dope. What's your favorite? Like, okay, I've heard you talk about a lot of just like things that people. An entrepreneurial mindset will just like think about as just being normal, but make no mistake, this is normal to normal people. It's normal.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, what's your favorite business moves that you've made personally that you've enjoyed?
I enjoy all my business moves.
Yeah.
I enjoy the process of business.
Yeah.
That's for me. So sometimes it's not even the end result; it's the process.
The process of doing it, of course. But what's been your favorite one? Like,
I would say my shoe collaboration.
Okay.
Opening the retro store permanently. That's really good. That's dope.
Yeah.
Opening our CBD store as well.
Yes.
Green Machine.
Green Machine. We'll get into that then.
Yeah, Green Machine. But yeah, so it's a lot of different things. You know, a lot of different things. You know. So.
I know, but you got to have one that's like your favorite though.
I don't know.
You have like a favorite moment where you looked at like the process of the business being done and you're like, you know what? I think I could pat myself on the back for this one.
Yeah, maybe the Selfridges launch, because to have your shoe in Selfridges,
it's not. That's not light at all.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
maybe launching the shoe in Selfridges.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Maybe that would be.
Yeah, no, I would say it's anything. If you got anything that you're selling and you're able to get into Selfridges,
indeed. It's a great, it's a madness, yeah.
Great opportunity right there. All right, so the Green Machine.
Yes.
How did that get started?
Cool. So that it's a CBD company. My friend, shout out Sham. He invested in all the London stores for this brand, and then he was like, Frank, like, so he had a shop just before lockdown. Then when lockdown came, he closed the shop, and I think the council wrote to him and the government wrote to him and said, "Oh, you guys are a health shop, you can open."
That's dope.
So then when he did that, he was like, "Yo, Frank, it's game time." So I said, like, I'm gonna open like East London, Box Park. Then Rhett was like, "No, can I get involved?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So then we done that, and then we kind of opened 18 shops within 7 months. We opened 7 shops in between 18 months. Yeah. And so it's going well.
Still impressive.
Thank you, yeah,
I was thinking about, still 7 fucking shops.
Yeah. So then so we might even be selling up soon because we've had a few offers and stuff. So we might be
selling the business on.
Yeah. So we might be doing something there. So we're gonna see how that goes. So yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Owning, like, black men owning multiple businesses is just one of the.
It's very grateful to be here.
One of the most fascinating things for me, just because of how. Honestly, we've been kind of like conditioned to never even see that as an option. You know, in certain communities, certain situations where it's just it's a blessing, man.
Indeed.
It's a blessing.
Indeed.
You lot keep doing what you lot are doing because you don't understand how much you inspire people like me. Like, honestly.
Thank you.
All right, cool. So I saw that you said there was an interview that you. Actually, I don't think it was an interview. It was like a podcast you were on called the Chop House Podcast.
Yes,
Shout out to the guys over there.
Shout out Mikey J and Russell.
Yeah,
shout out to you guys. Yeah.
And there was a bit, like, I guess the clipped bit where you were talking about your dad and going through all of that. Like, I feel like as black men sometimes we're not given the space or even allowed to kind of like
Share our
grief.
emotions. Yeah.
Yeah,
Indeed.
to share emotions.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So like, how did that release make you feel? Like how you
No,
know?
that was very powerful. Obviously getting there, talking about my dad, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not cry. And then the first 5 minutes, I'm in tears.
Man,
And it was very powerful. We all kind of shed tears about. We all lost our dads at different times. Myself and Mikey closer, and Russell was like earlier in his life.
yeah.
And it was very powerful to actually speak about it like on that platform and to share it freely and to let people actually watch it in that way. So for us it's been great. So
If you need to,
no,
okay,
that's cool.
okay,
I'm
cool.
supposed to meet him
Be
later. But
somewhere.
yeah,
Oh,
so
okay,
no,
cool,
it's fine.
I will almost wrap up.
No, that's fine.
anyways.
So cool. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been good. It's been good. I can't like I just want to shout them out for giving me the inviting me on
Opportunity,
and
yeah,
stuff.
of course. Shout out those brothers. They're doing something great over there as well.
Indeed.
But how like, what was your relationship like with your dad?
No, it was
Was it
good,
good?
but it was my dad's he's a hard Ghanaian man. Like he doesn't show emotion, doesn't really give the hugs or none of that. You know what I mean? So
Same thing with my
yeah,
dad.
yeah.
So that's why I want. That's why I'm bringing this up actually. So how like growing up and always believing in yourself and shit like that. Did your relationship with your dad help you with that?
Yeah, I mean, you see, when you're in this, obviously, it's not even just African household, just a household where these types of things happen. You learn to adapt, innit? Do you know what I mean? And you just find your
Find
pockets of
ways,
love,
yeah.
in ways, he might fix my car for me, or that's his way of being like, I
showing,
love you, son.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not like cold, innit? He wasn't cold. He was never a cold man. He was a very warm man. My friends would come and he'd always shake my friends' hands, and he was very kind of warm in that respect. But
he's
him
also
hugging me,
very
you just
very strict and
yeah.
you know what I mean, like principled type of man. Yeah. My dad is exactly the same. And what I find with my dad in particular is that, like, see how you said like they'll always show ways of showing the love.
Yes.
I feel like with my dad, he has his ways of showing the love, but sometimes it might not really like balance out some of the other ways that you might want him to show.
Yeah, indeed.
You get what I'm saying? Like, as an African, that gets tricky. But what I found out is that now, living on my own, having to like, provide for myself, and having talks of maybe one day starting a family of my own and shit, you'd have to double back and go have conversations with your dad, because
indeed.
it's very important.
Indeed.
Because most people out here just don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They're just kind of like winging it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? When I saw that interview, I thought that was a beautiful moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I feel like more black men should.
I agree.
Have a relationship with their dad.
I agree, 100%.
If they can.
100%. I agree.
So I guess, what's your mental health like? Like, I'll ask everyone that comes through here.
No, it's cool. Like, I'm in a good space. I running multiple businesses, it gets tough, right?
It does.
But I'm very open in. Okay, I need to figure this out. I need help. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those.
So problem solving is not scary to you,
no,
it is to most people.
Yeah, not at all.
I feel like as an entrepreneur, you have to just get used to it. Yeah, because it's always going to be a problem.
It's always. That's facts. Always a problem, and
always.
Yeah, you got to learn how to navigate through. Oh my god, so much crazy. Yeah, and I got to learn how to. You got to learn how to navigate through. So it's just one of those situations where we learn how best to navigate,
how best to deal with certain situations and shit like that.
Indeed,
I feel that. But I was just gonna say, like, what do you do personally? Because it can get overwhelming.
Yeah. So me personally, I sit still. I do something where I sit still. I in my place. I just sit still for like a couple hours. It could be, people call it meditation. Like I just
it is meditation. It is a form of meditation.
Yeah, just sit still, just with the TV off, just have my thoughts and just try to clear my mind. Because my mind's always racing. I'm always doing a million things. So I just sit still.
You know, I could relate to that 100%.
Yeah.
And you sometimes I feel like I've got to kind of like catch myself sometimes because I feel like like you said, the mind's always racing. Oh, there's this that I need to do while you're in the middle of doing something else. So like your mind's already on the next task. So you're not even. Sometimes I'll go like a whole week, and then at the end of the week, I'd have to like take half the day off because I just be like, okay, I just don't want to do anything for like 12 hours.
Just chill out.
Relax,
just
chill. See how have things gone so far?
Indeed.
Like this project that I had, this campaign, how did that? Do you know what I mean? Just to analyze what I'm doing, is it actually making a difference to my growth or not?
Indeed.
Whereas I feel like there's some other people that do the same thing that I was gonna say but I guess they do the same thing, like, you know, with the entrepreneurial mindset, but they just never stop. They're just on the go.
Indeed.
But I feel like that can be quite detrimental.
Yeah, 100%. I've burnt out before many years ago, so I know what it takes for me to burn out again, and I just know that I know how to kind of take care of yourself.
Yeah. 100%. So I've got 2 more questions for you, and then you can.
No, it's all good.
I mean, you can be out of here.
It's all good.
First one is, this is gonna sound really dumb,
that's fine.
but I feel like I always get really interesting stories from asking people these. What's your you remember your first heartbreak?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I remember my first heartbreak. It's when my best friend got killed.
Oh damn.
Yeah. My best friend Danny. When I was about 15. Yeah, he got murdered.
Damn.
You know, so that was probably my first.
And how did that kind of like affect your development as a person yourself? Because obviously there's always 2 sides of the coin. It could either motivate you to do something super positive, or motivate you to do something super negative.
Yeah.
Where was you at?
No, I mean, obviously, it's you just have to think about, wow, like that's your friend, because it's like, you know, I suffered death in like close, very young. So, but then murder was like, that's different. Do you get what I mean?
Very different.
You know. So it's kind of like, I'm like, oh man, like, do you get what I mean? But you know, I've just got just my family, good people around me, and yeah, just got through it. But it was just really sad because Danny was like, where I grew up in Tottenham.
Yeah,
it's like he was my neighbor. Like he was at the end of Terrace House, and I was in the middle.
Oh,
and we grew up together.
Literally a couple doors down.
And then he moved to Edmonton.
Yeah,
which he thought was going to be safer, and then he got the situation.
See, that's why North London. To be fair, actually, you can't just blame that on North London. That happens in South as well.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation.
Damn, yeah, I wasn't expecting that answer. I'll be honest.
You probably talk about girl,
yeah.
Nah, man.
But no, that's like, because the thing is, as black, sometimes we forget that that's even a way to get heartbroken.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That's it.
But that's very powerful, right?
Indeed.
There. And last question. What does success mean to you personally?
Success means to be able to get to the point where you're actually giving substance and knowledge to other people.
Yeah.
At any point in your life, you can be successful. Success doesn't mean entrepreneurship. It doesn't mean having loads of money. It means the point where you can actually add value to someone else. Yeah. So that's not. It's for me. It's like, you know, I got to that success place 10 years ago, because that's when more than 10 years ago, I do teaching. I've done TED Talks. I've done all these different things.
Oh, you have a TED Talk out?
I have a TED Talk.
That's dope. I'm going to watch that after this.
Yeah,
is it under your name or under?
Yeah. Just do Franklin Boyton TED Talk.
I'm going to watch that.
Yeah. So I've done so much achievements that I believe I'm successful, and I can give some knowledge back to, you know, people who need it.
Hey man, I can attest to that, because just sitting with you for like an hour and some change, I've gotten some pretty good game, and you know, just perspective on how to look at things.
No, it's all good.
And
it's all good.
Yeah, no, I want to tell you that I appreciate you for coming through.
No, thanks for inviting me, man. You're
very welcome.
No, it's all good. Like, it's all good.
Trust me, I needed you more than you needed me.
Nah,
Let's just put it that way.
Good, man. Just keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
Like I say, consistency is a cheat code.
Yeah.
Wherever you envision it's gonna happen, just be consistent and just follow your path. Try not to get too distracted by too many things.
Yeah.
Just follow your path.
Yeah, no, that's the one. That's the, I guess, for 2022. That's the one thing that I feel like I've worked on and kind of overcome. Not allowing my distractions to dictate my
your path, your journey.
Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, like, and I feel like going towards the end of the year, and I feel like I have that under control now. But at the beginning of the year, I was struggling a lot with that. I was struggling a lot with that.
Nah,
But yeah, before we forget, tell people like socials.
Yeah.
What we got coming next? Like the Avirex store obviously is there.
Yeah, retro store.
Retro store
Box
as
Park
well.
Shoreditch. And yeah, I'll say Google me. Franklin Boateng. Google me. You could find out a lot about it if you Google me. You know.
Nah, he's not even lying. Because that's what I did.
Yeah.
He's never lying. There's bad stuff out there about you.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome,
thank you. I'm grateful,
Thank you very much. Thanks for
you.
coming through. Nah,
anytime.
Bro,
anytime.
telling me you appreciate I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And this has been the Kicking It With. I've been kicking it with Franklin Boateng, aka the King of Trainers. Get out there. Go to Shoreditch Box Park. And you can get this online as well, right?
Yeah.
Order Avirex jackets.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever trainers that you might be trying to find that maybe you don't know, holler at him. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's also got a clothing store as well called Retro. Go there. Go to Shoreditch, and that's also online as well, right?
Yeah, it's also online. We just finished our new website. So
yeah. So you can catch him everywhere online, or if you're on shore, just go Shoreditch Box Park, bro. It's right there. 3 stores.
Indeed.
1 black man.
Indeed.
Greatness. I'm surrounded by black excellence, and I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Just please like, share, subscribe. All them things there.
Cool.
And that's it. Thanks, bro.
Man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Boom.
Cool.
And that's it.